Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Barry Chappell coming to you live from the studios of PrimeTime Shopping Network. Do we have a big show tonight? Patty, you got to yell. Do we have a big show?
We have a big show tonight.
Ashley, we have a big show?
Yep, we do.
Yes, we do. We got plenty of great art, and I just want you to sit back and have some fun with us. I got some deals. And oh my goodness, Wilson, I made an art faux pas a week ago. Have you ever made an art faux pas?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you do, and you clean it up. No, if you usually know it. I forgot last week to mention something very, very important. 6 days ago, Peter Max turned 86. Peter Max has lived a very exciting life. A lot of people don't know this. He was born in Berlin, Germany in 1937, right when the Nazis were really going after Jewish people. A lot of people don't know this, but Peter Max's full name is Peter Max Falkenstein, and he was Jewish. His parents, his family did this amazing thing. Within a year of his birth, he was born in Berlin, 1937, they moved to Shanghai, China. And in Shanghai, he lived there for 10 years. But he kind of went from a hot spot to another hot spot. I don't know if any of you saw that Christian Bale's movie, Empire of the Sun. Well, in Shanghai, they had the Japanese had attacked the Chinese. And the Chinese already had a civil war with Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Zedong chasing each other around. But he survived and he got to the United States eventually. Peter Max is 86, and he is one of the most known pop artists of all times. Peter Max used to do a lot of where they'd invite him on cruise ships, 10, 12-day tours where he'd pay an original pay. Now this is 8, 9, 10 years ago. He hadn't done much of that lately. He's been a little frail. Hey, I'm just so happy he's alive, and I want everybody here at Prime Time to wish Peter Max a happy 86. Yes. I'll bet you money right now, but I don't want you to make the outcome. I'm not going to make it to 86, Patty, because you could change that outcome. I could bet you. Barry fell down the stairway. No. I want to show you a really cool Peter Max. Peter Max, he is famous for so many things, but one of his biggest claims to fame was Peter Max was really upset all through the second half of the 70s that the Statue of Liberty was shut down. I went there in 70, well, I went there when it was open. But the thing is, they had it closed down, and Peter Max kept going to city council meetings and everything, and they said, we got to restore it. So he called his friend Lee Iacocca, who ran Chrysler, and together Peter Max and Lee Iacocca raised over $330 million to reopen the Statue of Liberty. And in 1980 it was, and Ronald Reagan was there, Nancy Reagan, Lee Iacocca. So when you ever visit the Statue of Liberty anytime after 1980, it's because Peter Max spent the late 70s getting it restored. This is an amazing Peter Max. And I want to give you guys deals on what is a belated happy birthday to Peter Max. And I want you to understand that most people that by Peter Max, they can't get the prices I am giving you guys right now. These are unique originals, and I have 3 of them here. And I am going to make you deals that I think are absolutely stunning, and I just want to put this together for you because I have become a big Peter Max fan. I never got to meet him very long in person. 35 years ago, I think I shook his hand, but that was about it. Now, what I want to show you is comps that most people have to pay. And I talked to, I don't want to leave anybody out here, Wilson, 3, 4 really good customers emailed me over the last 3.5, 4 months. I think Kurt was one of them that took Park West cruises. And they told me, Barry, we used to laugh at you when you'd put up a, hey, we need 95,000 retail. We go, Barry, you're full of it. Till they took the cruise. They even said, Barry, you're too cheap. They wanted more. And they also got upset that they changed the price the very last day of the cruise when none of them sold for what they wanted. They'd say, psst, buddy, come here, come here. You say, your lovely wife, bring her over here too. Oh, lovely wife, come over here. Leave that jerk alone. Here's what I can do. And that's why I got some great prices to celebrate Peter Mac's 86th birthday. How old are you, Wilson?
102.
No, you're not. No, I'm not going in dog years. You're getting up there, though. But you're going to make it to 86. It's going to be like that. You know? Did you ever swing dance, Wilson? Neither do I. All right. Here is Angel with Heart, my favorite piece. Guess what? In all of the Peter Max graphics, all of their empire, they do not have a single one left. They're all sold. Here's Angel with Heart 2002. Asking price $80,000. Retail $80,000. Asking price $61,000. And that was 7 years ago. Here is Neon Man in Blue, 1992. Asking price $62,500. But when you see this in person, it's a lot. It's not that large of. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. It's 72 by 60. Now, here was shop.com. Peter Max Zero in purple, $80,000. I printed this 8 years ago. I printed this on Armistice Day, 11/11/2015. Now, I have 3 Peter Maxes. And what I want to do for a very special deal to any of us that are watching me on the internet-only portion of the show, I want to give you great deals. But Wilson, Ashley knows this, Patty knows this, Matt knows this. The price of Peter Max's has been going. It's that time like I watched you run that time that you accidentally, never mind. I'm not going to bring up the meth. But they've been going up and up and up, and they don't have any left. You get sometimes Ashley and me get inventory from one of their biggest suppliers and sellers. They don't have any of the ones I want left. They're all sold out. There's nowhere to get them. Secondary market, if you can find one, but you won't. They're hard to find. So you look at something like this with a registration number. This was on the Fantasy Cruise, a Fantasy Carnival ship on August 15, 2004. 19 years ago, this piece was on a cruise ship. 19 years ago. I can't find any more Statue of Liberties. That's what he's so famous for. And another one I've been looking for because I sold them all. I can't get any more anywhere from anybody is Umbrella Man. Psst, gone, all gone. So little Barry doesn't get one. I even took one off my wall, Angel with Heart. But I offered it, never mind. But anyway, so you're talking about on a cruise line, 90,000. They're going to tell you this is a unique, one-of-a-kind, mixed media, acrylic on paper. And they're going to tell you this was done in 2004. Now, I have a special price, and I want to show you all three, because one thing that used to drive me crazy a long time ago, Wilson, I've been doing this for 30-some years now. 32 in the books, I'm on my 33rd. I would show something I had like 7 by an artist, and I'd show the second one. They go, I gotta have it, gotta have it. And I get a big bidding war going. Then the person that bought that one sees the 7th one and goes, I like that one more. And it's like, So, this is number 1. Which one is your favorite, Ashley?
Out of these 3?
Yeah, out of these 3. Unless, is there a hidden one that you haven't told me about? No, okay. Out of these 3.
That's hard. Let's show them first.
Okay. This is statue, that was the Statue of Liberty.
Got it?
Yeah, this. And this is something I pride myself on. Do you see that in the bottom there, Wilson? That's the official Peter Max seal, title, and 6-digit registration number.
Got it? You want me to put it up? I'll put it up for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting old and feeble. This is 2 hearts. This piece was done in 2008. Got a 6-digit registration number, 2 hearts. This is the one that last week, when I forgot to acknowledge, Wilson, that it was a week of Peter Mac's birthday. I should be smacked. Not by you, Wilson. No. Put that down. I was joking, Wilson. No. This would make, there's got to be a husband and wife that are cardiac doctors. Signed in the most wicked purples, blues, and a little bit of pink mixed in. This piece has the registration number. It has everything. I got emails from 4 different people. 2 of them told me they saw this piece. They wanted $125,000. 2746 on the first day of the cruise. They said they lowered it when it didn't sell at the end, but it was still $1 billion. Yeah, so retail, $125,000. That's what you would pay. Yep. So that is Peter Max number 2 with a list price, $125,000. And then I got the third one next to the Zax guitar. Wilson, you amaze me. How you plugged that into an amp and you were, I thought you were Muddy Waters when I got done listening to you. Can you play any musical instruments, Ashley?
Yeah.
What can you play?
I can play any instrument.
Really?
Yeah.
Name 2 that you can play.
I can play the flute.
You can play?
And the violin.
I know. With the violin, is it like a real song? Or are you going, hey, Barry, listen to this? And you go, I can play it.
No.
It's
I have the world's smallest violin.
Really? She's making it up. So did you really play the violin?
No, but I could.
No. And the flute, can you play that?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is one of the ones I have always wanted. And I did own after nobody. Let me make this really clear. In my 32 years in the book, I'm on my 33rd year, I never compete with customers, ever. I'd offered it, and I offered Angel with Heart 3 times. Nobody wanted it, so I bought it for myself, basically. Love that piece. And like this is one I want in the worst way. It is amazing. It is Peter Max, and this is Ascending Angel. This angel is on his way up to the good place. Yeah, Wilson, this angel is going up. See that, Wilson, going up. Are you going to get mad at me like you think I'm insinuating that you're the type that would go down? You wouldn't. No. We'd stop him. Patty would grab you. Nah, Wilson's lived a very honorable, good life once, except for that one time on acid. But that's been a long time ago. And you stopped doing it. Okay. You're in. Look at this right here. You got Ascending Angel. This is the one comp I saw in my folder was 115,000. 115 on this one. And it's just beautiful. Peter Max registration number. And that registration number, people go, Barry, you mention that all the time. That's how you prove. Once, when you want to sell it, you go to the Peter Max graphics, you enter in your registration number. There is a huge picture of your piece. There's a picture of Peter Max signing it. And the way they take the picture would be impossible to forge it. So, and 33 years, 32 in the books, I have never sold a forged anything. But this has always been one of my favorite. Now, Wilson, I want to give people a deal in honor of Peter Max's 86th birthday that happened 6 days ago, October 19th. And I want to give you guys a great deal. We work so close here, I get in trouble for it. Is that true, Patty? People are always yelling at me.
Yeah.
What did you do, Barry? Yeah. You know, and there's usually 3 people. 2 of them are going to throw them off the building. And 1 is saying, yeah, let's do it tomorrow when I have some time to watch him splatter. Here's what I want to do. At $12,500, it'd be a fair price. It wouldn't be a great price. It'd be a fair price, especially on Ascending Angel. This is one that is rare to come across. I've only had 3 of them in the last 3 years, and that is, I like this one the most. So, but I'll tell you what, 11,500, it's a good deal. 10,500 is a great deal, because they're paying 125 to 115,000 on the cruise ships for this. And that's probably the last day. I wonder what they'd ask if all the liquor had been drunken up. Oh, I don't know. Tell you what I'm going to do. 8,500. Ashley, I'm going to stop right here. 7,500. These are very rare. They're all sold out. It's been eons since I've had some of these. I have 3 Peter Maxes. It is his birthday. It was 6 days ago. And his daughter Libra, unbelievable. He had to go through a lot to have his daughter be able to stay and visit with him because of stuff that his former wife had made it a little more difficult. I don't want to spend too much time on these, but I'll tell you, Peter Max Finkelstein is his name. And he was born in Berlin, Germany in 1937. And you talk about the rise of fascism and Hitler, and to be so fortunate to get out of there and move to Shanghai. He was 1 year old, and he lived there for 10 years. He has been very conscious of the Holocaust, and I believe he has memories of the fear that his family, when they discussed getting out of there while they could, a little bit of guilt because they got out of there when they could, and people they know didn't. 7,500, and those are 3 incredible Peter Maxes. Call up the operators, talk to them. I'd be all over those. I have done a bad job, though, Patty, telling people how rare they are. And I've been doing this, like I said, I'm in my 33rd year. 25 years ago, they were easier to come by. They were always been pretty expensive. He got really famous in the 60s for neon posters, black light posters, but he just kept adding to it. He actually could paint like some of the greatest realism you've ever seen. He's also been the official artist of the Super Bowl, the official artist of the Grammys. I was reading some of the other museums. He called it the Cosmic Awakening, the Peter Max Poster Revolution. All of this stuff is in his book. Look at that. In the Peter Max Bicentennial in 2000, a collage of his liberties adorned over, get this, 145 million Verizon phone books. He has been the official artist for the Kentucky Derby, the New York City Marathon, the World Series, the Indy 500, the 2006 U.S. Olympics, the World Cup. That's how famous Peter Max is. And this picture right here in the top, I really like that one. He's 86 years young. So I just wanted to show you these. See if there is any interest. Call Patty or Ashley and say, yes, Patty or Ashley, I'd like them all, please. Even if you didn't say please, we'd make it happen. Are you a polite person, Wilson? Peter Max was also on the cover of Life magazine here, Wilson. Have you ever been on the cover of Life magazine? Not yet? Okay. So you are buying one of the most quality American artists known for pop art, predating a lot of other artists that are very valuable, and somebody that has been a champ of every charity you can think of. Give the phone bank a call. And Ashley, I am going to, well, should I give, let's put up a clock. I've never put up a clock. That's the reason. That's why I'm having all these problems, Ashley. What do you think? How long of a clock? Matt, what would be a good clock? 2 minutes? Okay, 2-minute clock to call in on the Peter Max before we move him to the other side. Boy, I got a show tonight. Now, what should I take my dog Ginger?
Can you say happy birthday to Mr. S? His birthday was yesterday.
Mr. S where?
Birthday was yesterday.
And where's he live? What state? Mr. S's birthday was yesterday? Well, you should have told me 2 days ago so I could have got Mr. S something.
Nevada.
What's that?
Nevada?
In Nevada. Well, happy birthday. Let me get over here. Happy birthday, Mr. S. Yeah. Hey, you're in Nevada, so I can say this. Nevada, actually, is how you say it. I can say this to you since you're in Nevada. Mr. S, every day's a comp. Hi. I know, corny. But thank you, Mr. S. And, okay, where's my albums? Come on. Photos. Come on. Here we go. This, we got to pick a costume for this dog right there. That is Ginger the Hound Dog. Unfortunately, I didn't get to raise her from the time she was a puppy. She was abused by somebody, and I rescued her. And now Ginger is your classic tan and gold coon hound dog. And I'm going to get a DNA test. I was joking in the studio before that I'm going to get 2 of them, one for Ginger, and I'm going to take one myself to see if they can actually say one was a human. Because if they can't, I got to discount whatever they say. I know she is predominantly coonhound dog. She was rescued in the Barstow area of California. But she was already 9 months old, and she was the scaredest dog you ever saw. Somebody had abused her. But now she's a lot better. What kind of costume would you put Ginger in, Patty? A clown? How do you think that's going to make Ginger feel?
Happy?
Yeah, you're right. Patty said happy. So call us if you have any concerns on the 3 Peter Max. And I am going to show that I still have an essence of manual dexterity. All right, watch this. Ashley, nothing's broken yet. I got the plastic up against the window. The glass. Stay. Oh, it did. All right, where would you put the corner? Hi, folks. I hope you all are having a great evening tonight. Where would you put this one?
Move it
Are you going to ascend?
I'm going to ascend it. Yeah,
You're sure of it?
yeah, probably.
I mean, there's a lot of things people can do in a lifetime where they don't ascend.
What would you like next?
I would like, I have what, 1, 2, 3 Olegs? Oh yeah, I'll tell you what, I want this Oleg up here because I was perplexed. Can you spell perplexed?
2761.
Spell perplexed.
Perplex. P-E-R-P-L-E-X. Perplex.
Is that right? Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. This is a harder word. Are you ready?
Sure.
Can you spell secretary?
Yeah. S-E-C-R-E-T-A-R-Y.
Is that right? Yeah. That knocked me out of the 5th grade spelling bee. I got some harder words. And I got to secretary and I just drew a blank. And with all the kids laughing after what I told them, they got mad at me. I was sitting there. It might have been 4th grade, but they said, your word is secretary. And they gave me a definition and I said, secretary. S-E-C Retary. They said, get out of here. And I want to tell you a story. I was so concerned when these Olegs didn't sell. The other day, not only do I have a folder on Oleg, not only do I have the first picture, when I finally tracked Oleg down, December 4th, 2006. The reason I had to track him down was Collector's Editions kept fibbing to me, telling me that he is in Moscow, and he was 120 miles away from me in California. Now, what I did to Oleg is a master graduate of the hardest art college, I believe, in Russia and maybe the world, the Surikov. It is named after Vasily Ivanov Surikov, who would paint big, huge portraits of what a Russian battle looked like. It is the Moscow Institute of Art Surikov. In the Surikov, there are 30 and 40 feet paintings done by Mr. Surikov of battle scenes, of great days of victory. And just to even visit there, it costs you money. This is in Moscow. Guess what else is in the Surikov? You know, I don't know if they have a Kandinsky there, but they have not one, but 2 Oleg Zhevetins. He was so thought of that there are 2 Olegs hanging in the Surikov, in the Art Institute of Art in Moscow, also named the Surikov. I found notes when I was talking to the president of Collector's Editions. This picture of me and Oleg was taken 17 years ago. The notes were 22 years ago. And I had got lucky and got only 1 Oleg through a back channel. It sold so well, I said, please send me some more. And they wouldn't. And what made Oleg so special, there's where he signed it. You got that. They told me, and Wilson, this was the president of Collector's Editions. He says, when you talk about Russian art, you're going to be talking about Vasily Ivanov Surikov. You're going to be talking about Oleg Zhevetin and Kandinsky. I mean, these are the great. And he said, of all the artists, I've never met one who's living as good as Oleg. Look at this. This is called Book Friend. And what Oleg has done is raised off this granite using every dimension, every geometrical shape you could realize, and blended together. And what made this one of Oleg's favorite paintings, he even said to me, Barry, I amazed I did this. He said, mixing a monochromatic painting where it looks like there's only 3 colors. There's many more than 3 colors. But to paint in primary grays, blacks, and dark browns, and to have it come out this way, he really liked this painting. And he told me the texturing is what I had to learn at the Surikov, and he is just as good as it gets. When I talked, 22 years ago to the guy, I didn't know I'd be doing this much business. I didn't know I'd find Oleg. But at that time, he was saying many of his paintings sell for $200,000. I'm going, sure. And then I met Oleg in 2006, and he said, yes, I sold 10 paintings myself for over 100,000 once I left collector's editions. That's one reason I left them, so I could sell my paintings other ways. Now I want to show you something. Look. What would you call this? Linen? Canvas. Very special canvas. And Oleg writes, Book Friend, 36 by 48, oil on canvas. And he told me, he said, Barry, many times he's told me this. And I said, Oleg, I didn't ask you again. He says, Barry, you know why I signed both front and back? And before I can say yes, he goes, I tell you. I said, I think I know. I tell you again. I said, okay, Oleg, why do you sign front and back? He says, because my paintings, I believe someday, finest auction house in the world. And they love paintings that are signed on the front and on the back. And Oleg is a very unique man. Very, not strange. How would you characterize him?
But not strange. More like,
A silent intensity, you know? Look at that. So this, and Oleg even told me, someday, Barry, paintings like this sell for $250,000. You doubt me? I said, no, I don't doubt you. So let's put the graphic up on this. This is amazing. I hope you're out there tonight, because whoever gets this, you have something for your family, for your grandkids, your son, your daughter. Art has been in different circles, the very valuable ones. This is a Russian master painter. He was not actually born in Moscow. He was born in Uzbekistan. And at the age of 11, was sent to a very special school for the most talented artists. The Russians, Uzbekistan was a satellite country, and at an early age, 7 or 8, they knew this kid could paint. But by the time he was 11, they sent him to a special school. And then he got his first degree in art when he was 18, 17. And then when he was 18, he applied to the Surikov, didn't get in. He keeps telling me this day, I should have gotten in first time. Perlit Bureau kid got beat me. All political, Barry. I said, okay, Oleg. You see him, Ashley. He gets upset about this. It's only been a lifetime. All right, this is painting number 1. This one is his Uzbekistan. He even told me, growing up in Uzbekistan, these are a lot of the symbolism. You got it? Good.
$2759.
2759. Look at that. He specialized in geometrical shapes that could tell a romantic story. The Surikov, what Oleg wanted to do was tell you a romantic story where you didn't have to read it in a book. All you had to do was look at the painting. And the amazing thing about Oleg Zhevetin is, as the collector's edition's former president told me, it changes. The story changes. And, that's why the former president of Collector's Editions that brought Oleg from Russia over here also compared him to Vasily Kandinsky. I mean, that is how important Oleg is. And what you find out about Oleg is when you look at where he's been and what he's done, it's absolutely amazing. Here. This is what a class looks like at the Surikov. Intense. Very few get in. It's like Harvard Law on steroids. You got to be so good. Here is an Oleg on art brokerage. 10 years ago I printed this. Untitled, 2006. Mixed media on canvas. Asking price $95,000. Retail price $104,000. The thing I like about Oleg is he puts the work in. I could show you many more of those. This is about 1.5 years ago. That's Oleg at my apartment. There's Ginger. Ginger is always scared of everybody, but wasn't scared of Oleg. I said, Oleg, how come Ginger's not scared of you? He goes, Doug, no, I'm not hurt him. I talked to Doug. I said, okay, thank you. So when you look at Oleg's like this, I have a third one too. I will give you, I'm not going to play any docudramas. If you buy one, I'll find a way of getting you a copy. But this is what many people, I believe, one of the greatest living Russian artists of all time. And that Collector's Editions president couldn't say that enough to me before, and they wouldn't sell to me. They wanted, like on a painting like this, if this had been 22 years ago, they said, very best I can do for you is $48,000. And that's because I'm your friend. It's like, wow, thank you. All right. Ashley, let's put the smaller one up. Okay. And I hope you're out there tonight because I want to do some business and I have some beautiful works tonight. This is stunning. Oleg Zhevetin, Protection. 26 by 33.5. This is on linen. This is not canvas. This is linen, right?
It would say to the back there. You wrote
Say what now?
He wrote Oleg wrote on the back of his linen or canvas.
Not on this one.
Okay. It says canvas.
It's canvas. Now, what Oleg is trying to tell you a story that will change when you look at it. When you look at this girl, you see a face inside a face. Those beautiful blue eyes are staring out at you. But you're wondering, is this side saying or thinking something else? Every triangles, squares, rectangles, planes of every kind, they're all in this piece. And about 5 years ago, I was over at Oleg's house, and he literally spent 3 days showing me. He had spent 3 days painting 2 inches of one painting. Painting had been finished, but he said, this little square bothered me. And should I make it like this? I said, Oleg, you're the artist. And he actually spent 3 days just staring at it. And he would draw sketch after sketch and everything. And he finally said, perfect painting when I bought it from him. Look at this. This is a stunning Oleg. It's a smaller Oleg. It's not that much smaller, but compared to the other ones, you're looking at 24 by 33 and a half. It is called Protection. Now, what is happening is, what is that that's protecting him? When Oleg told us this story, is that an angel? Oh, that's an angel protecting that girl. Yeah, behind him, yeah. You see her being protected. Look at that, yeah. Stunning. All right. Camera 2. I have shown you 3 Olegs. Tell me, call me up. I will give you incredible prices. I have worked with Oleg for 17 years, and I know the market. He does not have, he really spends a lot of time on every painting. He's got to feel it. He's got to make sure that when you put it on your wall, call me. Tell me which one you're interested in. I'm going to make you some deals. And I got to tell you, this is, in my humble opinion, one of the best contemporary living Russian artists of all time. All time. 2 of your paintings. Degree. My mic's on. You got it? To have 2 of your paintings hanging in the Surikov. Unbelievable. So call me up. I have these 3. I will work deals. Tell me which one you're interested in. I hear a bell. 3 bells. Is that dinner time? 4 bells. Look out for a rock. Isn't that what it means in naval terms? Oh, is that Ashley's phone?
Yes.
Well, the one that I think, that's fantastic, but the one that I think, and I might be totally crazy, but after doing this for so long, this is the Oleg I would be all over. I got to move it back a little bit, right? There we go. Is that better, Wilson? Perfect. Call me up on BC 2761. Oleg, when I was working a deal on this, said, Barry, this would look good in anybody's house, and I challenge any other artist to do a monochromatic painting using circles, squares, triangles, rectangles, everything in this color. Tell you what I did. What do we have this up for? Or have I priced this yet? BC 2761. Oh, I'll give you a steal. Oh my gosh. 6,200. Or get me close. That is. And Ashley and Patty will tell you I want this painting in the worst way. But I don't compete with my customers. If I did, it wouldn't be here. This is one of the best Olegs I've ever seen. You put the right light under it. Okay. I am going to move these Olegs away. I thank you for giving me the time to show them to you. All right, Chappell. Protect the painting. Now, I have some Azoulay. Oh, this is a Michael Schofield done in 2023. Wilson, that's one of the greatest Michael Schofields I've ever seen. This is BC 2794. Michael Schofield was born in, I believe, Tennessee or Florida. He traveled around. What did he say? He lived in 8 different states in 10 years. What was that? Or a verse of 10 different states in 8 years. You remember when we were selling pictures of his past? Look at that. That is an artist right there. I have some Art Lord. I have some Azoulay. I have John Milan, who is the head of the Milan Art College. Oh, that's Oil on Canvas by Michael John Schofield. He is in the $1 billion Arm & Hammer collection. He is in Hub's Historical. He was an official PGA golf artist as well. And I can show you Michael Schofield's that went for tons of money. Okay. I'm walking over there, Ashley. I need the exercise. Ashley and Patty, you guys are fit. I'm not. I'm not going to. Let me keep it on that. Folks, I hope you're having fun. I have a lot of great art. I got a lot of great Schofields. I thought this one would be, bam, gone. I thought it would be like those Butterfield commercials. Have you been watching those, Wilson? Who stole your Butterfield? Call BFI and the Butterfield candy bar, and they catch him. I thought that's what was going to happen to this. Now, tell you what I do want to show you. Could you hand me, I have 3 John Milans there. And folks, and call Ashley and Patty. Yeah, that one right there. John Milan started and runs the Milan Art College. John Milan, 2774, has traveled the world, but he has taught some very important people how to paint. He's one of the greatest painters. I spent a lot of time on the phone with him. Take a look at this. This is oil and acrylic on paper. It's 24 by 20. It's from the Transcend series. Now, if you go most places and buy a Transcend, that's what he calls it. And it's very special because he puts the acrylic on first, then the oil on at the end. They're $4,500, $5,000. And I have some of the nicest ones I've ever in Milan with his wife Ellie. They are painters and they are stunning. So retail $4,500 minimum, but look at that. That painting tells you a story. I am only interested in art that tells a story. You know, and that's why when it comes to abstract art, it's got to tell you a story, some kind. The Peter Max's we had up, they're telling you a story. John Milan here is telling you a story. Tell you what, yeah, most people, and I even brought my glasses. Tell you what, and this is too cheap. And it's an original. $600. Makes no sense. I got a great deal because I know Todd Hale. He's been a friend of my mom's for 20 years. That's telling you a story. Look at that mountain. Look at the greens. Look at the purples. You frame this, you'll see something new and different every day. Look at that. Look at that mountain. Now, can you hand me the next John Milan? Yes, good. They're all great, but I went through this Transcend and I said 777, 2777. That's not a poster. That's not a photograph he overpainted. He starts with a white piece of paper. And look at that. Oil and acrylic on paper. You got a $4,500 retail minimum. I have heard some galleries get $5,000 and $6,000, but I want to give you the one I can confirm, which is $4,500. Folks, this should be wholesale, $2,000. This is a great artist, John Milan. I can't believe I'm saying this, $600. That's too cheap, Patty. I just want to, when I buy well and get a great deal, I want to pass it along. I'm hoping to do more with John Milan. We on Dish now? Hello, Dish Network. Barry Chappell coming to you live from the home of PrimeTime Shopping Network. And I just want to thank you. I have one more John Milan to show you. And then we got a wall of goodies here tonight. So, Patty, could you hand me, or Ashley, there she is. I didn't see you. You were hiding under your desk.
I just had 1 second.
This is the third one. And
2766.
oh my goodness, look at this. That is oil and acrylic on canvas. John Milan started the Milan Art College with the help of his wife, Ellie. He has traveled. He has sold amazing pieces. He's gotten huge commissions. So I got something here with a retail of $4,500, and it should be more. Look at the golden tips of these mountains over here. There's one, there's the other. It's beautiful. Start with nothing. Put a blank piece of paper and create something like this. This is one of the best deals I've ever had offered. And I priced it so cheap it's scary, $600. It's because I got such a great deal, and I'm so proud to have a John Milan. It's an artist you could never go wrong with, in my humble opinion. And if you want to buy all three, Patty, I'll work them a deal. All three of the Transitions series that I just showed you. There we go. Now, I'm going to break. I'm not going to break anything, but I was going to say, now I've shown this on the internet only, but Patty, can you grab? Hey, and look, you got fingerprints on the back, just like the BFI, the butter fingers. And after this, what would you move on to? Say what now? Okay. Folks, I made a major error last week, and I corrected it on the internet only portion, but not on Dish Network. 6 days ago was Peter Mac's 86th birthday. That's amazing. And to be born in 1937 in Berlin, Germany. And you hear Peter Mac think, well, you know, a lot of people born in Germany. Peter Max Flickenstein. Is that it? Let me just get it exactly right. Obviously from a Jewish family. In 1937, it was the heyday of Flickenstein. Of the rise of Nazism in Germany. He wrote in his book that he does have his family. Once again, he's born in 1937. When he's 1 year old in 1938, they move to Shanghai in China, which was also getting ready to be at war against well, Japan's one of them, but they had an internal struggle between Mao Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek in China. So he goes from the fire to the frying pan. I mean, it's tough. But take a look at this. Wilson panned this. This is Ascending Angel. Peter Max. He writes it in one of his books about some of the guilt that his family members and him felt. They got out of Germany. He spent 10 years in Shanghai, China, then immigrated, got to the United States after a long way around. Now, Peter Max is 1 in a million, and I just want to show you a couple more things because this Peter Max, folks, they are amazing. I just want to show you something here. Because I have been selling Peter Max. I'm in my 33rd year on TV. And I failed to mention some of the most important things. There's the picture of Peter Max I like the best. That one in that top corner. If you keep reading, you see Max has been named an official artist of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team at the Winter Olympics in Turin, Italy. He has also been official artist of 5 Super Bowls, World Cup, USA, the Indy 500, the U.S. Open, the New York City Marathon, and the Kentucky Derby. All from one artist. He was also the official artist of the Grammys. This was printed 8 years ago off of shop.com. Peter Max, 0 in purple, painting, $80,000. Folks, 6 days ago was Peter Max's 86th birthday. Neon in purple. I printed this 11 years ago, $62,500. He is so lucky, to escape Nazi Germany, then live through the Japanese bombing Shanghai and live through all that. Here's my favorite Peter Max. Guess what? Peter Max Graphics doesn't have any left. I took this off of my own wall a few years ago. It says retail $80,000, asking price $61,000. I printed that like 10 years ago. I've never been able to find another one. And Ashley and myself get some from some of the Peter Max dealers and inventory what they have. They don't have any more. They're gone. This is a great piece. Now, I had 4 great emails from people that had been on Park West cruises. And one of them starts out telling me, Barry, I've watched your show for decades, and you'd always tell me what they cost on cruises. I go, yeah, Barry, I think you're full of it. Till I took a cruise. And the guy says, not only do I apologize for that thought, you were actually lower than they wanted to charge us. And he said the strangest thing was, on the last day of the cruise, if they didn't sell, that magic number got lower, Wilson. I started the lowest price because I don't think it works if I raise it every hour. So, folks, here is Ascending Angel by Peter Max. And what I offered the internet only folks, and now I have people on Dish Network watching me, is I am sorry I forgot to mention that 6 days ago, Peter Max turned 86 years old. He had a struggle that was somewhat misdiagnosed, but somewhat self-cured of early onset dementia. That was what they titled it, but it wasn't. He had some complication problems of the brain, got over it to some degree. That's why you don't see Peter Max. I wish you did. 5, 6 years ago, you could go places and still maybe see him in his shop and shake his hand. On cruises, when he would paint original paintings, say 10, 12 years ago, they go for $250,000 on the cruise line. And he would get a picture and sign it to you if you wanted to. That is a unique, one-of-a-kind original. And this is something that on the cruise ships, 92. No, I don't think that was right. Wasn't this one $115,000 on Ascending Angel?
No, we've always had 92 of them.
It's always been 90. Okay, 92. My bad, Matt. But what is so very important, and this is where you got to give me a level playing field, because ours right here, Wilson, has the Peter Max archival number. Once Peter Max passes on to the point he's painting for God, you're going to see a lot of phonies out there. You already do, but that archival number allows you to look up the piece, get a picture of Peter Max signing it, and it is done in such a way it's anti-counterfeiting. When you look on their site. So, folks, I am fortunate tonight, as I am sorry I did not mention 6 days ago, well, not 6 days ago, it was on a week ago, that the day before I went on Wilson was Peter Max's 86th birthday, October 19th. I'm going to give you guys some great deals. I have 3 Peter Maxes. I'm going to show them all, and then I'm going to put them away forever. So here's your chance. If you like Peter Max, what Peter Max is most known for in life, besides all that I've already told you, and being such a part of the 1970s poster craze, you know, he could paint very realistic. In his 30s, he went through a period where you go, wow, I can't tell the difference from what I'm looking at in his painting. This is Statue of Liberty. These are the Statue of Liberty head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 12 different Statue of Liberty heads. They have, this is acrylic on paper. This is such a tough edition to get. This is the one that had the 125,000 retail on. Yes, from the cruise ship. Yeah. And I thank those people. I think Kurt was one of them. I know John was another one that took a cruise. There's Peter Max on the cover of Life magazine. Now, I don't pay. Look at this. I printed this 8 years ago. Shop.com, 80,000 for a unique original. It's worth it. Peter Max is one of the greatest living artists on the planet. He became the first well-known pop artist. I have one last Peter Max, and this is I'm sorry, a week ago. I didn't say tomorrow is going to be Peter Max's birthday. This is stunning. 2 hearts. Look at that, Wilson. On the back, it says Peter Max 2008. I like where Peter Max or somebody writes 2 hearts in there. You got the Peter Max seal. You got everything. Item number on 2 hearts. 2746. Look at that. That is stunning. Acrylic on paper by Peter Max. Patty, I don't have my glasses on. What does it say the retail is on this? 125? Yeah. All of these images, they're gone. Peter Max doesn't have any left at Max Graphics. They're all gone. And so I want to show this one last time. I got a big show coming up tonight, and I thank you for spending the evening with me. This is what you want on a Peter Max, Patty, because they'll start trying to fake that and everything else once he passes on, and I hope he doesn't. But he's 86, and he's been, well, he just doesn't make any appearances. So on cruise lines and stuff like that. Now, let's sell these. And you're going to see something I don't do very often. I'm going to use a clock, Patty. That's worse, isn't it? You want me to move it back? How do I get the glare? What would you do, Wilson?
No, it's fine. It's just the TV.
Down off the easel,
No, that's not. No, it's fine.
All right. Hey!
And they're showing all the.
Oh. Hey, hey, hey.
Wilson, if you just turn off the TV, then he would like it better.
No, it's all right. Well, I'm looking at the monitor and I see all the glare on the monitor.
It's going to come right now. Is that better?
Yes, it is. That's amazing. Now, folks, here's what I'd like to do. And we got all kinds of stuff coming up tonight. For the people on Dish, once again, I'd like to say sorry. I forgot to mention last week when I was on the air that it's Peter Max's birthday a day before. And I can't get these anymore. It's getting to the point where I just, it's getting bizarre. Patty, one thing I specialized, well, I didn't specialize, but I was fascinated when I used to teach economics, and I got my master's degree in economics, was knowing or trying to understand the difference between a fad and a trend. There are a lot of fads. Almost every month there's a fad in something. You know, from pet rocks to all kinds of stuff, little Beanie Babies. There are fads. People go, oh, I got to own every one, and they pay $20 or $50 or $100 or $500. Then 5 years come by and they're what, $1? That's all you give me? Big difference between a trend and a fad. Peter Max is a trend. He has been the official artist of Super Bowls, Grammys, tennis matches, Indy 500. His family escaped the Holocaust. He was born in Berlin in 1937. 1938, he is in Shanghai, China, to only find out a few years later they're going to have a whole lot of trouble. Gets to New York. He could paint so realistically. You look at it, you go, is that a photograph or is that the real piece? I mean, that's how good he is. I only have these three, and prices are a trend. They're getting to the point I can't even, when I call dealers and people I've dealt with many, many decades over my 32 years in the book, I'm in my 33rd year, they quote me prices and it's like, are you kidding me? I talked to you 3 weeks ago. It can't go up that much. But there are so few left. So, call me. I got a price in mind on the Peter Maxes, and I want you to get one. Thank you for reminding me. They should be $12,500. Bam, gone. If you put one of these on a cruise ship for $12,500, Patty, people would fly overboard because they'd be fighting with each other. But I'm not going to make them $12,500, Matt. I'm not going to make them even $10,500, which would be unheard of for a unique acrylic on paper Peter Max with the most important thing, the Peter Max registration number and seal on the back when he painted it. At $10,500, you're living great. At $8,500, it's like, how can you get a better deal, Wilson? There is a way. Ashley, you know how you can get a better deal? Do you know how, Patty? A mask and a gun. That's the only way. But it's not going to be $8,500. It's going to be $7,500. These are our original Peter Max, unique original Peter Maxes. I have 3 of them. And I am going to use a clock right now because I am going to put them all side by side for the last time. If they don't sell tonight, ooh boy. Yeah, but it looked like I had something to drink there. I mean, and I don't drink. I really don't. Let's see, like this. And can you get the ascending angel in a way that we actually don't ascend him up there?
I think last time we had that done.
Okay.
Let's see, it's going to cover the.
So here, where would you like this? Oh,
Just put the.
all right.
Almost fell. Now I almost fell. Here, can you put this
Where do you want the ascending angel?
on the easel, like we had last time? Don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, 1, 2, and 3. There you go.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. I talked to the doctor about that once. You know what he said, Patty? He says, one reason I don't remember so well is you have Dame damage. I'm sorry, brain damage. All right. Now, I have these 3 Peter Maxes. This is the last time they're probably going to be on the air. You talk about the difference between a fad and a trend. You talk about the difference between my friends and my customers that took cruises and wrote me letters saying, Barry, at first I thought you were just full of it. I took a cruise. You were cheap compared to what they wanted. And so when I put up $125,000, I know auctioneers on cruise lines. I know people that do this for a living. I don't charge money like that. I would not feel good. I buy better than anybody else, and I sell cheap, very low margins. Call me up. I had these up, any one for $7,500. Maybe they want two. Maybe they got some ideas. Maybe they can get close enough. Call me, because this is the last time I'm going to be showing these three Peter Maxes. I hope you take one, because here are Peter Max silk screens, signed and numbered editions of 300 that they want 11 grand for. Look at this right here, Peter Max, 1979. It's called Man. Signed serigraph, number 93 of 150. 25,000 slashed out 22,500, and I printed that 12 years ago on December 27, 2011 for a signed in number one. That's a unique original right there. All right, Matt, put up my 2-minute clock. And then I'm going to move on. Oh, that's stunning. Call us up. Talk to me. Call Barry. Boy, that 2 hearts is beautiful. I have a comp right here, 86,000 for my angel with heart. I have a 2-minute clock. I'm down to 1 minute and 5 seconds. 1 minute and 1. It's always very dramatic in Hollywood films when they have a clock. Something always happens. They get down to under 10. Oh, no. Then they make it slow-mo. 3, 2, 1. Get me close. Call Ashley. Maybe you want 2 of them. Maybe we can wheel and deal a little bit, but I just wanted to show you these to the people on Dish Network and tell you I'm sorry that I forgot to mention last week that Peter Max was fixing to turn 86. Thank you. It's a pleasure showing these. I don't think you'll see them on this network again. So get us close and it can be yours. Okay, Chappell. No, I got some manual. No, I don't. I don't have it. Why lie? I don't have any manual dexterity. Okay, Chappell, you did it. Wow. And the 2 hearts. Like the 1 heart. I have a picture of 1 heart done 12 years ago, half the size, where they wanted 48,000. And look at this real fast, Wilson, on the 2 hearts. Look at that. Look how official that is. 2008 or 6. What is that, 8? Yeah, because I'm looking at it upside down. the Peter Max registration number, and everything. I want to work some deals because this is, for all practical purposes, the last showing of these Peter Max. Oh my goodness, Chappell, you can do this. I think I can. All right. I'm going to put the Oleg next to the Zax guitar. Something doesn't look right. Oh well. Folks, give us some calls. I see Ashley's talking to somebody. Patty, you got any calls? Oh, look at this. I want this in the worst way, but I will never compete with a customer. I started to do that 32 years ago. It was actually 32. It's my first month, 2 months on TV. I got a coin from a coin dealer in Stockton, California, Robert Hallam, and I said, Bob, I'm going to buy this. And I said, don't ever compete with your customers. Everything you get, you offer to them at the best price. And I learned, and I want this. I see so few. It's the third angel with heart I've had in 33 years. So get me close. I had up at 7,500. Get me close. Talk to me. I don't know. Oh, I know where we had angel with heart. Patty. Oh. Yeah. I'm going to need to. I think this goes back there, but I have no idea where it goes. Now, folks, one thing I want to talk to you about. Do what now? There you go. I went back after last week's show, and I found notes from 22 years ago. And it's weird because I don't keep stuff for 22 years unless it's something very important to me. And it was. And what I want to show you is right here. I was showing you Oleg Zhevetin. Now we have other stuff tonight. We have Azoulays. We got everything. We got here. Give me 1 second. How can a guy mess his desk up that quick? I don't know. I'm going to get that there. Here's what I want to talk to you about. Right there, Wilson. That's the first time I ever met Oleg Zhevetin. I would have met him sooner, but people at Collector's Editions kept telling me, if you look at the date on that, Wilson, it says the date, December 4th, 2006. That was the first time I ever met Oleg. He was actually 120 miles away from me. The problem was, when I call Collector's Editions, they said, Barry, he's in Moscow. I don't know where he is. But I found notes because this was 17 years ago when I first met him. I found notes from my first call with the president of Collector's Editions 22 years ago, 5 years before I met Oleg. He told me, he said, Barry, you do not understand the importance of Oleg Zhevetin. He said, when you go to the Surikov in Moscow, it is one of the greatest museums of art. There are Surikovs there, Vasily Ivanov Surikov paintings that are 20 and 30 feet long that are billion-dollar paintings now. They have only the greatest Russian artist hang there. And on one block where there are Surikovs, there is an Oleg on each side. Oleg is a master graduate of the Surikov. And this is the former president saying, I know Russian art so well. I believe Oleg Zhevetin is one of the 10 greatest Russian artists ever to be born. He was actually born in Uzbekistan. He was sent to a gifted school. In Uzbekistan, they quickly realized how talented he was. And by the time he was 12, they sent him to a special school for talented artists. He applied to the Surikov. He got a 4-year degree in Uzbekistan. Then he applied to get a master's from the Surikov. First year he applied, he got rejected. And to this day, he still is a little upset about that, Wilson. He says, I should have gotten in. The persons that beat me out, their parents on the Politburo of Russia. Next year I apply, I get in. Oleg Zhevetin, and just to show you here are a couple pictures of what Olegs go for. One thing I was always thrilled about with Oleg there is the Surikov, the University of Art, Surikov. Oh, Chappell. I have no manual dexterity, Wilson. You know, it's so obvious. That is one of the hardest schools on the planet to get into. You have to be so talented. You have to be that 1% of a gabillion to get in there. Here's what the daily classes look like right here. I'm sorry. There we go. Non-stop. You got to be the best of the best. Oleg told me stories of how when he was learning how to texture a painting, he would have it 99.9% right, and they'd find that 1/10 of 100%. And he said, everything I do now, perfect, for a reason. Oleg is one of the few artists that sold, once his collector's editions contract ran out, he sold 10 originals himself for over $100,000 each. This is what Olegs go for on art brokerage. He is one of the greatest living Russian artists of all time. I wish I had more. I have 3. That's it. Got a lot of new stuff I'm going to show you tonight. But if you can afford one of these Olegs, here they are. The one that I am dying to own myself is right here. I think this is one of the greatest Olegs he's ever painted, period. He's 59 now. This right here, let me lift it up. Should I lift it up? Yeah, lift it up, Chappell. He even told me, he said, Barry, one of the hardest paintings I ever had to paint. Should I pull it forward or is it fine? How's it look, Patty, on the monitor? Is there any glare? This is BC 2761. It's called Book Friend. It is oil on canvas, 36 by 48. It is signed on the back and it's signed on the front. And every time, well, when it's been a couple years before, there's been some periods where I see Oleg after 3 months or 4 months. But every time I get with him, he says the same thing to me. He says, Barry, I sign it on the front. I sign it on the back. Does that look good, Wilson? No glare, or is there glare? Looks good. So far, that's a monochromatic. There's a little glare. Does that make it better or worse? That's perfect, Wilson is saying. You see the circles, you see the triangles, you see the rectangles, you see the planes, you see the arcs. Every geometrical shape you can think of. Every inch of it, Oleg has put all of his mind into. But I was telling earlier, about 8 or 10 years ago, there was a painting he was working on, and he had it all finished except for 2 inches. And he kept doing sketches. He says, I want this to be perfect. And that last little bit of the painting took him 3 months. I mean, he just kept going crazy till he says, now it's perfect. This is entitled Book Friends, 36 by 48. I think this is one of the greatest paintings Oleg has ever painted. It is a monochromatic painting where it looks like it's 1 or 2 colors. It's actually probably 12 to 14 different colors. But he said he struggled on this. He said this is one of the hardest paintings he has painted in a decade. And look at that. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes on this. Look how the book comes alive. When you look at that book, you see the nose, the binding makes the nose and the mouth. And he put 2 little eyes there on the book. Book Friend. This is Russian Romanticism at the highest level, that according to the former president of Collector's Editions, there might be 3 or 4 Russians alive that could ever do this kind of work. And he compared him to Kandinsky, but he also compared him so much to Surikov. This is as good as it gets. This is one of my Olegs. I have 3, and this also will be the last time you see any of these. So if you've been on the fence, I will work deals with you tonight. This one is a very interesting one. It's called Harlequin. Now, Harlequin is the stories that he was told as a kid growing up in Uzbekistan. Ashley or Patty, can you just grab this painting? This is signed on the front and the back. And every time, Ashley's been here when he does it to me. He says, Barry, I signed painting on both front and back. Do you know why?
2759?
And I say, why, Oleg? And then he goes, I tell you why. Even though I know, I tell him, Oleg, I know. That's what that thing does. I think you need to...
Oh, hold on 1 second.
These are stories. It's already, oh, now it's back on. These are stories that he remembers from growing up in Uzbekistan. He named this Harlequin, BC 2759. That is a monster painting. This is something, when I talked to Collector's Editions president 22 years ago, he would have gotten a couple $100,000 for this. And it's worth it. Look at every geometrical shape, but look at the eyes. Look at the staring. This is a painting, when you talk about, when Oleg was telling us the name, he said, a harlequin, a clown, something to make you happy. But he does it. Look at that. That is just absolutely amazing. Retail, $95,000. I'm not going to charge anywhere near that. That is Oleg number 2. I only have 3 and I can't get any more. Tell me which ones you're interested in. Now, this should be I'm going to make a deal for them. These should be up for $12,500, Patty. And but I'm going to make them a deal. Any of these Oleg should be $12,000, $15,000. Oleg himself sold 10 paintings himself when his contract ended for over $100,000 each. Tell you what I can do. No, I'm going to make these not 10.5, not 9.5, 7,500. But give me close. Let's work some deals here. I have 3. Who you talking with, Patty? I want this book, friend, in the worst way. They're all great, but look at this. This is genius times 20. Cheap. You know what that means, Wilson? Camera 2 or camera 1, whatever camera that is. I'm surrounded by assassins tonight, Wilson. Surrounded by... And who you speaking with, Patty? Joseph. Let me just talk to Joseph. I only have these Olegs. I'm not going to get any more. He takes months and months to paint. And in Russia, this is something a lot of people doesn't know. In Russia, the Kremlin actually owned and bought an Oleg. And Oleg's agent told him, he said, you know that one painting, there's actually 2 in the Kremlin. And he sells, right when COVID came out, he was flying back to Russia, working with another graduate student that he graduated with, who was the head of at the Surikov. They were asking $250,000 in advance for a painting. I only get these great deals because I've been working with him for 17 years. And I got to be honest, the price that you just offered Joseph is actually lower. I was going to ask for a little more. Joseph, this is my favorite painting. We'll come back to the painting right here. That would be a steal, book friends. Look at that. Get an Oleg. I have. Call me up. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put up a 2-minute clock here. And Ashley on Protector, did they say yes?
No, they offered,
Here is a smaller Oleg. Oh, Chappell, you're going to knock everything down. It's called the Protector or Protection.
no, it's okay.
If there's any way he can swing it, Patty, he should, because this is the last show for Oleg's. I'm sorry, let me move out of the way. This is Protection. And Matt, you got the item number on Protection. This angel's protecting. You notice the two faces where the thought process is she might be saying one thing but thinking another. And what is the item number on Protection? Do you have it? You got it. Yeah.
2763.
Look, I wanted 7,500 for any of these three. This is smaller, so make this one 4,500. But on the other ones, I wanted 7,500. Call me. This is the last showing for these three Olegs. Oleg is one of the toughest artists to get. There are people that are just really trying. In Russia, he is considered one of their all-time great artists. There are three. I'm going to put up a fresh clock, and then I'm moving on to a lot of other art. I might even bring Ashley up if she wants to. She's saying what? Call me up. I had these up at 75, 75, and 40 something. Make me some offers. Get in on an off-the-air price. And I am just telling you, after knowing Oleg for 17 years, Harlequin is amazing, but that book Friend is as good as it gets. Look at that. A monochromatic, three-dimensional study of a love affair between the reader and the book. And look at that. There's planes. There are every angle you can think of, triangles, circles, cubes. But there is a love affair going on between this lady reading this book and the book. That is Book Friends. I had up at 7,500, but call me. I'll work you some deals. BC 2761. Whoever gets this, you're getting the cat's meow of art. You are getting what the former president of Collector's Edition said, is one of the 5 greatest Russian artists alive today. And this is it on Oleg for tonight. Look at Harlequin. All the way, thoughts all the way from his Uzbekistan, where he was born, to here. Well, thank you, folks. And camera 2, I'll entertain some offers. Just call me. If you don't own an Oleg, this is probably your last chance. I know many dealers that just are dying to get these. But like I promised my friend Robert Hallam 33 years ago, I'd never compete with customers. So I'm giving you these at my best price. So I am going to slide these wherever. I have a Zach's guitar here. I have some Michael Schofield here. I have some of the greatest artists on the planet. I know, book friend. You are one of the best I've ever seen. I don't know. I'll just put that right here. Now, here is one of the greatest Michael John Schofields I've ever seen. It was painted in 2023. Michael Schofield is in the $1 billion Arm & Hammer collection. I have some Schofields here tonight. Michael Schofield taught art. He sold his work because he did a lot of originals for Stephen J. Canal Productions. A lot of the movies of the 1970s had his works in it. Hey, Wilson, you want to see a skinny berry? Yeah, that's me in St. Petersburg, Russia, at their Costco. It's funny because I grew up, hearing about the evil empire and all that. When I got to Russia in 2013, 2014, something like that, they were more capitalistic than you could ever imagine. They'd hustle. Let me show you some stuff on Michael Schofield. Because Michael John Schofield is an artist. He was born in Orlando, Florida in 1947. How old does that make him? 76? Yes. He soon opened his own art studio where he taught and painted for 12 years. In the early 1980s, look at this. Here's one painting that he sold on Hub's Historical. I printed that in 2007, 16 years ago. They had it up for $48,500. He was put in so many catalogs for his posters. Michael said his prints were selling by the minute, and He was so, he's always been one of the most talented artists. Here's one of his pastels on eBay right here, $18,999. Here is Michael Schofield. He's one of the greatest landscape artists you're ever going to see. After he was born in Orlando, Florida, his family moved to Oakland, California. That same year, he played baseball for Oakland High School. He actually thought he had a chance of being a professional baseball player. That didn't work out. His dad was in the military. He joined an art school in Nashville, Tennessee. He later taught art. Michael Schofield is an artist. He is in the $1 billion Arm & Hammer collection. Hubs Historical, Stephen J. Canal. I want to show you quickly, and maybe you can help me for a second, Patty. I don't know where. Oh, there. Is that Ashley? All right. I want to show you my Schofields. Can you hand me the next one? And if you want to help, you got a mic on, right? No? BC 2750. The Creek's Edge. I already showed this. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it right here because we're going to work some magic on Michael Schofield. Now, what am I looking at in the background? Aha. This. I need to move this over, Ashley. There we go. Let me hand you those. Look at that. That is magic. Michael Schofield was one of the first painters of landscape in the last 50 years to start painting the back of trees blue to create depth. Now a lot of painters do it today, but he was the first. Stephen J. Canal Productions. You turn on the TV, you see movies from the 70s, 80s, 90s, the Rockford Files, anything Stephen J. Canal Productions made, and you'll see Schofield's in the background, and you go, wow, this is an original Michael Schofield. This is not a poster. This is not an overprint. This is an original. Hand me the next one. I want to show you these because we're gonna make something happen here. Look at that. That is amazing. No, it's all right. Patty, you got any paper towels over there? I just need some because this painting's getting me wet. Coming off the, look at this. Yes, it is. Look at that. This was painted in 2023, this year, BC 2790. That is a $25,000 Michael Schofield. Yes. If you don't own a Schofield, you'll never get a better price than tonight. Yes. 2790. Look at that. Oh, we got some great stuff here tonight. Yeah, look at that, $25,000 retail. What's the name of that? Poseidon's Revenge. I love it. Can you hand me the next one? Folks, oh, look at this. If you could name one painter anywhere on the planet, look at this.
2787.
When he was alive, Patty, I like Tommy K, Thomas Kincaid. But look at this. You talk about every hue of color. He painted this in 2023. This is BC 2787. Colorful wilderness. That is. Look at that, Wilson. That would go good in any room, any house. You're getting an original Michael Schofield. And Ashley, can you hand me the next ones? Because I want to make sure before they buy one, they're going to buy, that they look at these right here.
2788.
2788. Look at that. Waves of emotion. Look at that. Patty, that's a painting. It looks like a picture. Look at that. That is just stunning. It moves before your eyes. $25,000 is cheap. He's 76 years old, and look at that. He moved around a lot because his dad was in the military. Here comes the next one. Oh, look at that.
2785.
2785. Autumn Retreat. You know how hard it is to make a painting based in different shades of orange and tangerine? And he did it. Stunning. 30 by 40. If you've never bought a Michael Schofield before, you need to own one. He is in the Smithsonian collection. He's in the Library of Congress permanent collection, and he is in the $1 billion Arm & Hammer art collection. Oh, look at this one. Look at that. These are so bright for landscapes. 2791. I got a price you're just not going to believe. I want to thank you guys for watching the show. Hey, can you comes, oh, look at that. Here comes the next one, Ashley. Two seven four eight. Oh, Oceans Exhale. You can feel that that rock. It's slippery. You ever slipped on a rock like that, Wilson? I have too. You know what it does? It hurts. Have you ever walked out on a rock like that, Ashley? Did you fall? Oh, no. She didn't fall, Wilson. I fell on my face.
There's actually a pier in Catalina that goes down and turns into rocks.
But are there like stairs you're walking on?
No, they're rocks.
Okay. Well, I would fall down. This was done in 2021. All right. I have two more to show you, I believe. And then
2784.
2784. I want to thank Prime time for, let me take so much time on these, but they, look at that violet mixed in there. Wilson, you ever met a lady named Violet? Ashley, you got any friends named Violet?
No.
Patty, you don't?
Actually,
I know a girl named Violet. What about Veronica? You know a Veronica? What about you, Ashley? Patty knows?
oh yeah.
You don't get around enough, Ashley. You don't know a Violet or a Veronica.
I don't.
Or you boycott people named with V. Do you know a Victor?
I do know a Victor.
All right.
Yep. He works in downtown.
Oh, this is the last Schofield.
2783.
Done in 2023 or 2. I can't tell. Looks like 2023. What is the title of this?
This is Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek.
Iron Lake.
That's a perfect painting. These are some of the best Michael Schofields you're ever going to see.
Best price on Dock
The-
of the Bay.
I'm going to tell, Dock of the Bay. I can, yes, hang on. I'll tell you what, on any of the Schofields you $995. And
I do know a Violet now.
you know a Violet?
Mm-hmm.
Which Violet?
That is Michael's mom's middle name.
$995. Tell him that, Patty.
He just put it on there.
Yeah. Well, you said that's what I priced it for last week.
But I said off air.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Yes, any Schofield you want, call me. That is a deal of a lifetime. These are $25,000 Schofields. I used to call him the Rascal. He's one of the greatest artists I ever know. Ashley, I'm going to turn this over to you for 5 minutes.
I guess if that's
What's that?
what I guess if that's what you want to do.
Well, I need to do that. Well, I don't have to. Hang on. Any interest in any of the Michael Schofields? That's a deal of a lifetime. I'm going to start putting them away. Here's this one. I can't believe. Look at that. The Michael Schofield.
Good evening, everybody. Is that okay with my mic? Didn't really have a place to put it, so I just had to put it on the poncho. All right, so we're having the Michael Schofield show right now. I just want to let everybody at home know that Dock of the Bay is sold to Mr. and Mr. M. So that one is sailed away. Thank you for that. And you know, everyone who knows me knows that I like to showcase all of them. So you guys could just keep choosing the one you want. This one, 27. Let me see, hold on, wrong side. I'm usually on this side, so that 2784. The Catch of Winter. I just love it. I love it. You know me and the pails that Schofield does. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay, I put my mic on my dress. Okay, so Catch of Winter. Barry dropped him low, super low. Let's go back to this one, Wilson. 2791. Look at that brightness. Colors of, oh, I know which, this is the coral forest. The coral colors of the trees that go into the blue trees that he paints and is famous for. And then we have, let's go this way, the 2785. 2785, also the bright colors. Autumn Retreat. Yeah, autumn is here and I would love to retreat straight to this house. I could just see this in a darker frame sitting in your living room. While you're sipping your hot cocoa. With your comfy slippers. I'm a huge comfy slipper girl. I love slippers. I'm a slipper girl. Pajamas, that's my jam. All right, now we're going to go straight to the ocean. Back to the ocean. Call us up if you see one. 2788. If you like to put paintings together, I want to show you the ocean ones. Let's see. Let's go with the ocean-themed Schofield, Wilson, right? Right? If you like the ocean theme, if you have a beach house. If you don't have a beach house, but you love the ocean, you could just call up, order one of these, and go into your game room and, hey, you're at the ocean. Okay. What do you guys think? How about call us up, say hi again. I know Mr. S's birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday.
Oh, actually, you know whose birthday is today?
Whose birthday?
David Glover's birthday.
David Glover. Hi, David Glover. I know you're probably watching, so we send you happy birthday love, happy birthday hugs.
That should sell. Look at this.
We thank you for all your masterpieces you have made over the years. 2787. Now we're back in the forest.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Colorful wilderness.
That's stunning. Oh, look at that. That is stunning. Michael Schofield. I have great Olegs, Schofields, I got a Zach's guitar. I have Peter Max. Call me. Which one are they interested in? Folks, Barry back with you. Just let me know what you want to see. Ashley, what I'm going to do to get just a little bit of room to move around is just hand you a few of these Schofields, and I'm going to focus my last 19 minutes on, I got more than that. I got 39 minutes on Oleg Glover, Peter Max, Michael Schofield. I'll answer any questions. It's been rather surprising to me because some of the Michael Schofields are some of the best work he's ever done. The Oleg Glover, the Oleg Glover book friend, stunning. The Peter Max. I offered prices on Peter Max because 6 days ago was his birthday, and Diet Mountain Dew. Oh, what would you like to see? Call me. I'll tell you what I can do. Two Hearts by Peter Max. I've had 4 or 5 calls on what I believe is one of the greatest Oleg Glover's ever painted. Book friend. Patty, did you ever have a favorite book?
I did.
What was it?
Actually, The Secret.
The Secret?
I really like that book.
The Secret. Well, this right here, Book Friends, one of the greatest ones I've ever seen, by Oleg Glover, considered one of the greatest living Russian artists. Collector's editions, thought he was beyond belief. This is BC 2761. I will work deals, whether you want a Peter Max, an Oleg. I have some Azoulay here. I got a Zach's guitar with Donald Duck on it. I have a lot of stuff. Call me. Just tell me what you'd like to see. Smaller Peter Max. Call me. Folks, my name is Barry Chappell. I thought for sure this would have sold. We had a couple calls, came close. This is Book Friend, Oleg Glover. I lowered it all the way down. So call me, tell me what they're thinking. Anybody getting any feedback? Tell us what you'd like to see. I have other works here. I have some Guillaume Azoulay. I have a Zach's guitar. Name it. Just call me up. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking. Here's what I can do. All right. Patty, I'm going to offer somebody 2 Olegs. The 2 large ones, I got them. I'm going to give you a really special price if you want both of them. Call me up. I have 32 minutes. Take a look at them. That's Oleg Javetin. Look at these. This is a Russian master. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something else I have right here. I'm going to do an auction on something right now. Right here. Not on one of these. Ooh, Chappell. Oh. Right here. Here we go. Somebody want that?
Yeah, so the smaller Oleg is sold?
The smaller Oleg is sold. Thank you. I thank you. Ashley, can you put Tranquility up? Do they want any of the other 2 Olegs? This is the last time you're going to see the Olegs. And thank you on whoever bought Protection. I really appreciate it.
What did you want?
Tranquility. This is David Milan. He started the Milan Art Studio. And I'll tell you what, folks, he's amazing. This was one of his favorite paintings. I don't want to get his wife mad at me or him mad at me. This actually hung in their house. It was like one of their all-time favorite paintings. You know, this is oil on canvas, oil and acrylic on canvas. It is a big painting, and I'm going to see, yeah, list price $35,000. He's an artist. He's the man that founded the Milan Art College, which he has taught at forever. He has produced some of the greatest artists. He teaches you how to see what you want to paint and make it happen. Tell you what, this is list $35,000. I'm going to auction this. It is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is too cheap. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Here's a man that has taught dozens upon dozens of some of the greatest painters how to paint. And I am selling his favorite painting that hung in his house. I'm going to make this so easy. $35,000 list. He does $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 commissions. Here's what I'm going to do. This is so cheap, Matt. $2,000 to open. $250 increments once I get the open. That is an original. No, this is a different piece, Matt. This piece right here is, if I'm not mistaken, Ashley, what's the name of this piece?
What's the
Tranquility.
Tranquility.
765.
2765. Yeah, you got a $35,000 painting here. I'm going to open it up at 2,000. Now, when an artist like John Milan says this is one that I named, and you could just take out that Transcend series. This is just a piece called John Milan Original Oil on Canvas Tranquility. Yeah. 2,000 to open. This is his favorite, one of his favorite paintings. It's unbelievable. No open once. This is gorgeous. Look at that painting, Patty. You have an artist, somebody that's taught art to hundreds upon hundreds of students. He shows you how to vision what you want to paint, how to live it, how to think it, how to be it. And here is his favorite painting that hung in his own house for a very long time, and all I want is 2,000, not 35,000, and I do not have an open. I will move along.
MHBH says thank you so very much.
Who does?
MHBH.
MHBH?
Yeah, MH and Cleo.
Oh, MH, can I say?
Yeah, Cleo. Say Cleo. Hi, Cleo.
Leo.
Cleo.
Cleo! All right, I got my eyesight, but I'm deaf. Thank you, Cleo. And what would you guys want? I can't believe. I got a number in mind. No one's going to open on this? Okay. That would have been a steal. All right. Actually, I'm going to hand this to somebody. Patty, you don't be on TV. Ever since Americans, never mind, Chappell. All right. This is going to sell right now. Not the Oleg, because if anything, it's so cheap. I should have priced that so much more. Pull up 2 hearts.
Susan took this.
Susan bought that? All right. So I'm down to 2 hearts. Thank you, Susan.
We still have a sending angel.
Say what?
We still have a sending angel.
Oh, yeah, where is this? Oh, that's right over there. Put a sending angel up there. Well, we'll put them both up.
Customer did ask if you could play the guitar.
They want me to play the guitar? I don't know how to play the guitar.
Okay, just tell Mr. N. He doesn't know how to play the
I don't know how to play the guitar. And long time ago, I played the piano. This was done in 2008. Has the official Peter Max registration number. I showed you comps at $95,000 on a Peter Max. I put those comps up. This is, I don't even know the item number. There, you got it. Now, 4 people who recently took cruises in the last 4 or 5 months wrote me and said, Barry, I thought you were full of it till I took a cruise, and if anything, you were cheap compared on what they want. They wanted more than you would put up. Well, here is one of the special pieces. It is called Two Hearts. It has done in 2008, has a Peter Max 6-digit registration number, but most importantly, the painting is signed by Peter Max. I lowered these all the way down to 12,500. Watch this. This is going to get ugly. $5,500 to open on an original Peter Max. $5,500. And I also have the big painting. Patty, you know what we also call the big painting over there? El Grosso Grande. All right, Ashley. Let's see if I can do it with the grace that you have right here. Don't trip. Don't fall. All right. Before I put this up on the easel, or I might not even put it up on the easel, can you show that registration number on the bottom? Right there. Peter Max with the 6-digit registration number. I've shown that, preached about that for the last 10 years. You want to have that registration number. You have a picture of Peter Max signing the front of this piece, which he did right up here. Max. Now, a smart person don't fall down. That's not going to work. I should put this up there and that down there. Yeah. Oh, that always used to get me in kindergarten, Ashley. I would put the round circle in the square peg, and it just didn't work. Call me. I have 21 minutes left. I have shown you comp after comp after comp. Look at this, shop.com, 85,000, 12 years ago on a Peter Max. This is my favorite Peter Max ever. I own one. I offered it to my customers first. Nobody bought it on a couple shows. I had it in my house for a long time. Angel with Heart. It says retail, 80,000. Asking price 61,000. I printed that 15 years ago. Cannot get another one. Every one that Peter Max and Max Graphics had is sold out. Here are the two Peter Max I have. 6 days ago, Peter Max turned 86 years old. He is one of the most important contemporary artist on the planet. He was born in Berlin, Germany in 1937. His family was very smart, and they moved within a year when he was 1 year old, so in 1938, to Shanghai, China. Peter Max's real name is Peter Max, is it, not Fleckenstein, what is it? Peter Max, I am sorry. German Jewish origin. His name, Peter Max Finkelstein. That is his name. That's a hard name to be born in Berlin in 1937. His family got out. I showed you comp after comp at 70, 80, 90. I told you stories of 4 customers in the last 6 months that have taken cruises, and they write me back, say, Barry, you were actually low when you said it was 125,000, or 100 or 95. Call me up. I have these 2. I will work you a deal if you want in the next 18 minutes. A Peter Max. Call me up. I would be all over that ascending angel. I got a price in mind too. If you call me up on ascending angel, where everybody else wants 100,000, it's not going to be anywhere near that. So just let me know.
Yes, she's here. She's in the folder. Yeah, what's your first name? Pamela? And last name David?
Yes, I hope everybody's enjoying the show. And I don't know if they can get me on camera for a second, Wilson. The dog park I take Ginger to too many times a day is having a Halloween contest on Halloween. I'm not sure what to dress Ginger up as. I was thinking a cat because she acts like a cat, even though she's a hound dog, or something a little more creative. Any ideas would be grateful. Take a look at this artwork. Yeah, I can vouch for her. Yeah, Patty's all right. Which one are they interested in? Because I can work a deal.
No, I'm just asking what would the shipping be for this.
All right, well, let's work a deal.
Okay, so,
Oh my goodness, the suspense is killing me. Hang on 1 second. Yes. Yeah, it's on the screen right now. You're talking about an ascending angel. Yes. Wilson, have you ever had days that just don't go well? You ever had months that just don't go well? All right, all right. Who wants a sending angel? It was up at 7,500. It's not going to be that. I got a price, whether you want a sending angel or 2 hearts. I know where these are going to end up, so last chance. I have a E.M. Zach's hand painted. E.M. Zach's is a pop artist. I do not know the item number on this, Wilson. Here. I'm going to hold it like that. A hand-painted guitar with Daffy Duck on it. Painted by E.M. Zach's. If you want it with the stand, or we can actually frame this. Ashley, what is the item number on the E.M. Zach's guitar? Or somebody tell me, because 2796. Yeah. I hear it. I'm not sure it's true, Wilson. If you play this guitar long enough, you will start to be able to sing like Daffy Duck. When I was a kid, there was a girl that lived near us that could always. How did Daffy Duck talk? You know it, Wilson. Wilson, do it one time. You don't feel like doing Daffy Duck or Donald Duck?
That's actually Donald.
That's Donald Duck. My mistake. I can't do those. Let me put this back on its holder. Boo boo. What will Ranger Smith say? Yeah, that's the only one I ever watched. What do they want? I got Peter Max. I can't believe. With the prices I'm offering people tonight, I cannot believe. I'm buying this. This is one of the single greatest Olegs in the entire time I've known him, since December, was that 4th, 2006, when I finally caught up to him. Well, I didn't catch up to him. I finally found out that they were lying when they said he was back in Russia. Look at that book, friends. Look at the girl's eyes as she looks down at her friend. Look at that. Look how you can see through that counter. You know, a square, a rectangle. This is why Oleg Zhevetin, one of the most famous Russian artists. This is book friend. Give me a call. All right, I'm going to move the Oleg. Right over here. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I got to have a secret conversation. Top secret, Wilson. We're talking on the secrecy scale. Can you show Ascending Angel for 1 second? I'll be right back. You what? Call me. I am only here for 9 more minutes, and I thank you for putting up with me. Look at that. And I don't know, next week, I don't know if I introduced myself, Wilson. My name is Guillermo Sanchez Escobar, and I hope to see you again soon. Yeah. Which one are they interested in, Patty? Well, that's well, we can register them real easy. Which one are they interested in? Oleg, yeah. Which Oleg? And did he make an offer? No. Oh, well, I'd be all over these Olegs. This is called Harlequin. Let's get them registered. For both? Oh, that'd be a steal. Because for both, that would be a steal. That should be for one, but it's late. We'll make it happen. Or if he wants one for half of that. He likes the other one. All right, let me put the other one up. Okay. Let me. Here we go. Right here. Book friend. Tell you what, it's late. Call me. 4,500. It's theirs. This is an original Oleg. Stunning. If you don't love it, send it back. You won't, because it tells a story. It keeps talking. That's what got me 22 years ago, before I ever met Oleg, when I was talking to the president of Collector's Editions. He said, I have several in my office, and every day I look at them, they tell me a different story. Look at that. Well, folks, I want to thank you, whether it's a Schofield, a Zach's guitar, an Oleg, a Peter Max. Thank you. Yes. And I am going to put that right there. Just. Yes. It's been a changing world lately, and it's funny because on some of the art, they've been going crazy, and especially the Russian art. I really enjoyed, once again, like I said, I'm a product of the 1980s. That's when I went to college, and I remember Ronald Reagan calling it the evil empire. Then I went there in 2014, and it's like, whoa, they are more capitalistic than we are. I mean, they were hustling for anything you wanted. It's like, no, we can do that. And it's like, wow, thank you. So folks call, oh, look at that. That's brilliant. It's called Harlequin. And he was telling us stories how when he grew up in Uzbekistan, and this is a long time ago, they didn't have a bathroom inside the school. He had to go out in the snow to a little outhouse. And he said Putin has rebuilt all that. They now have bathrooms. Great guy. What can I help you with? Nobody wants a Peter Max. Nobody wants a Milan. I got a few Azoulays, but what else do they want, Patty? I hear your phone going off. I hear Ashley's phone going off. Well, folks, thank you. Peace and love to you too, Wilson. Wilson keeps going like that. That means I have 2 minutes left. And if you had any questions, yes, Wilson's a real person. He's actually a real cameraman. Patty, we call her PrimeTime Patty. And you saw Ashley tonight. And I want to thank all of you. I have some Sasha Basaris on their way, and you know, it's been a pleasure. And got a minute left. I can't do a minute flash sale. What are you going to do this weekend, Wilson? I'm going to go see my daughter Kate's new dog, Apple Chappell. Dog's name is Apple. Our name is Chappell. I'm going to try and give it a snapple and see if it's all right. Well, thank you all. Any last calls, concerns? Thank you. And I have shown you everything. Good luck and drive safe. Wilson's going to be on the freeway. No, I'm going to be on the freeway. Any other requests? What was that, Patty? It was like a Geiger counter warning. Hey, you folks take care. In Buford, do not kick that dog. See you later. You guys have fun. Be safe.